Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, and once again, this is the 1 hour chart. We're still sitting here fluctuating just around 51.5 cents. You know, the longer we're going sideways, I noticed something. The hype is getting bigger and bigger around XRP. People are still talking about Brad's tattoo. People are bringing up the IPO every single day, talking about settlement as well, and talking about some very high numbers for XRP as well. And sure, hype is great and sometimes it keeps you going, but we also got to stick to the facts as well. Ripple exec identifies benefits of retail CBDCs and global payment innovation. A retail CBDC has to interoperate with the existing world and existing payment schemes, Wallace said. If you want to go and buy a coffee, the merchant has to be able to accept the CBDC the same way as if you went in to pay with cash or a credit card. You've got the old world and the new world sort of coming together. You know, I think a retail CBDC for a lot of people is going to be the toughest sell. People aren't going to want to use it. I mean, the people that are awake to what's really going on because of the narrative. You know, people already know that through a CBDC, the government will know every single purchase you make. They could weaponize it against you and shut off your money at some point. So how do you get retail to adopt a retail CBDC? I know exactly how they're going to do it, through UBI, Universal Basic Income. If you give somebody something for free, people will line up for miles to get it. And that's how we're going to see the rise of a retail CBDC. That's my opinion. What's yours? Put it in the comment section down below. Ripple CTO reveals father's massive XRP buy. David Schwartz, Ripple's chief technology officer, recently shared that his father acquired over 1 million XRP back in April 2014 from Just Coin. Back then, its price was approximately half a penny per XRP. Could you imagine if we could go back in time and buy XRP for a half a penny? You know, it puts it into perspective. 2 years from now, people are going to look back and say, I wish I could go back to 2023 and buy XRP at 51 cents. Because by then, we're going to see a much higher priced XRP. And, you know, everybody always felt the same way around Bitcoin as well. They always said, if I could go back in time, I would buy up so much Bitcoin, knowing that the price was going to go to $69,000. The same is going to be said around XRP. Ripple CTO shares insight on clawback, a new XRP ledger feature. However, he said the apparent difference between clawback and the freeze feature made him change his mind. In his analogy, Schwartz noted, the clawback feature will find a primary use case in legal disputes. Specifically, he believes that the ability to claw back some funds when there is a dispute takes off the legal burden from the token issuer. Schwartz noted that the safeguard is critical to comply with court orders. He believes with the current model, without the clawback feature, auditing protocols on the XRP ledger will be difficult. The Ripple CTO also described the feature as a tool that allows for surgical strikes to keep the XRP ledger whole, as opposed to freeze, which is a more nuclear option. Now, this clawback has a lot of people talking, and a lot of people don't like the idea of it. But as we're pushing forward, this could get us around some legal burdens, especially for developers. Think about banks coming on board at some time in the future as well. Despite promoting XRP, CNBC Fast Money skips reporting SEC attack against XRP retail investors. One reason would be because Jay Clayton is a contributor, and that would be like turning on your employee. And, you know, they never really talked about, you know, the attack on the XRP holders. So John Deaton, a lawyer representing over 75,000 XRP investors, has raised pertinent questions regarding CNBC's refusal to report on how the SEC attacked retail investors following its lawsuit against Ripple Labs. But it goes beyond that, and I'm going to take you back to 2018. And this was a time when you bought XRP back then, all you were looking forward to is the next massive run-up. There was no talk about the SEC back then. The case with Ripple and the SEC, didn't even happen until December of 2020. So not only did Brian Kelly discussed XRP, he showed the world how to acquire XRP on CNBC Fast Money with Melissa Lee. Brian Kelly even said XRP is not a security in 2018. He was clearly right in saying that. By the way, not only did CNBC show people how to acquire XRP on live TV, it had articles on its website walking the reader through the process of buying XRP. My honest and reasonable question is, after showing retail investors how to buy XRP and assuring them it wasn't a security, which was true, why has CNBC not reported on how the SEC not only sued Ripple but attacked retail investors, claiming the asset that they owned in digital wallets and in retirement accounts were illegal securities? 75,000 retail holders joined to sue the SEC. Yet, everyone has ignored the plight of the very investors that CNBC promoted XRP to in the first place. I honestly don't understand. It is really because Jay Clayton is a contributor. And this is one of the videos that showed you exactly how big they were going around XRP back in 2018. Take a listen.
Obviously down from the peaks up here, right? The whole crypto market has kind of gone sideways here. But what does Luis Yamada say? The bigger the base, the higher in space. In my view, you have to have people start using that XRP, that Ripple currency, in substitute for foreign currency, but that's the utility. That's the use case for Ripple, the currency. If that's the case, then that's a pretty nice base right there.
Can you believe that was on live TV back in 2018? Then 2 years later, everything changed. And that's why I said, if you go back to that time period, it was a lot different than it is today. And everything we talk about today, back then, was still conspiracy theory. A new financial system was decades away. But now it looks like we're closer than ever before. And, as time goes into the future, we're going to see the same thing happen. Once everybody thinks the U.S. dollar is never going to fall. You know why? Because it never fell in the past. And it's just like anything. People would always say the internet is going to be just a fad. Look at the internet today. Credit cards would have been just a fad when they first came out as well. But everybody uses them still today. The same thing's going to be around crypto. People outside of crypto right now that absolutely don't understand crypto, they see it as fake money, they will be using it on a daily basis. And by then, me and you will be billionaires. Ripple, always winners. We're pleased to share that Ripple is on this year's FinTech 100 list for our work in modernizing cross-border payments. It's an honor to share this recognition alongside other innovators incorporating tech into the world of finance. They also won another award as well. Well, they got ranked number 1. So Ripple CBDC solution ranked number 1 by Juniper. And that's huge because that means every other option out there that around the CBDC, it's just noise because Ripple has the best solution. And that's why we see banks choosing Ripple for the future. We see countries choosing Ripple for the future as well. And okay, so there's more volatility risk using SWIFT over 180,000 seconds than there is using XRP over 3 seconds. And that's why SWIFT is going to continue to fail into the future. They need Ripple and they need XRP. That's what it comes down to. And you know what I don't understand is people are pushing SWIFT. Oh, look at Chainlink and SWIFT. They're going to be massive. But you know what? The BRICS are going to choose not to use SWIFT because we weaponized it. We kicked Russia off of the SWIFT system. And then people will say, well, look at the U.S. They're still going to utilize SWIFT. The U.S., that's $33 trillion in debt. And they're still going to have to send money back and forth from China in the future. And if China doesn't want to use SWIFT, guess what? The U.S. also will have to use the alternative. And I think they're going to choose to utilize Ripple and XRP. That's my thinking on that. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments section down below. October 4th, they're going to ring every phone, computer, TV, and radio with a special sound nationwide for 30 minutes. Don't know about you, but I don't like it one bit. And a lot of people are even talking about this leading to a social credit system in the future. A lot of people don't like the idea of this at all. What's your thoughts on this? Put it in the comments section down below. That's happening today. And a lot of people think it has to do something with this. Nesara has been activated. Gesara has been activated. And this forgives credit card, mortgage, and other bank debt due to illegal banking and government activities, abolishes income tax, abolishes IRS, creates flat rate, non-essential, new items only sales tax revenue for government, increases benefits to senior citizens, returns constitutional law. And it goes and it continues, and it all sounds absolutely incredible. But I remember this being talked about back in 2020. And back then, people were saying, I'm going to go run up a pile of debt because they're only going to forgive the debt at some point in the future. Do you think this is going to happen? My thinking on this is this will lead to a UBI as well, Universal Basic Income. Because they forgive your debt, and then they put you on the free money system. But then they control that money. And like I always thought, you know, if the government's doing something, and is this going to just be in the United States? What about all the other countries around the world? So what? They're still all going to be in debt in other countries, but everybody in the U.S. is going to be debt-free. I question this a little bit. Maybe you could send me in a different direction. I don't know. Put it in the comments section. Sam Bankman-Fried trial kicks off. Jury should be seated by Wednesday. And I'm going to wait and see what happens around this as well. I'll most likely talk about it a little bit, but I'm more looking forward to the movie that comes out at some point later. Because this way I could just sit and watch how they bring up crypto in the movie. And that's going to also be good. We could also see people researching crypto after watching the Sam Bankman-Fried movie. Even if they watched a trial, maybe some people will end up investing in crypto. But you know, if the mainstream media is behind this, they're going to create a narrative that Sam is a victim of crypto instead of it being the other way around. And Sam hurt a lot of retail investors. And, you know, a lot of people lost everything and they left crypto for good and they're never coming back. This guy deserves the full penalty of the law. But, you know, we are at a time, like I said, there's a lot of hype around the crypto space, and I really do believe it's because we've been going sideways for so long. So people have to create narratives, create hype, you know, keep everybody going. And sure, but we also need facts. That's what it comes down to. And the facts that I see and real world events that I see still put us in that fall timeline. I still think at some point we're going to see crypto start to take off. With that said, I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.